Hear more, listen to the podcast. Just search for Hancock and Kelley.
Hunter Biden was subpoenaed to appear before Congress for a deposition behind closed doors. Instead, he stood outside the building and held a news conference.
Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say. What are they afraid of?
He says he will only testify before Republican investigators looking into his business dealings in public, in an open forum. Hunter Biden has already been indicted on federal weapons and tax charges. Republicans are now likely to begin contempt of Congress proceedings against him. All this comes as House Republicans officially launched an impeachment inquiry of Hunter Biden's father, the President, Joe Biden. The inquiry expands the probe into a purported influence peddling scheme. Republicans suspect Hunter Biden raked in millions for the Biden family from foreign interests in exchange for access to his father when Joe Biden was vice president under President Obama. How do you navigate all of this, Michael?
I think Hunter Biden is fighting fire with fire, which is, hey, look, you guys want to play this game? Let's play it in public. The Republicans have been on this witch hunt for 2 or 3 years to tie stuff together to Joe Biden. They say there's smoke there. They've put forward no evidence. Hunter Biden's a bad guy. He's going to ultimately be held accountable for his crimes. I actually appreciate what he's doing. I also think it's ironic that the Republicans now want to hold someone in contempt of Congress. Remember, this is Jim Jordan's committee. The same Jim Jordan who's been held in contempt of Congress, who never showed up in the January 6 hearings. This place is broken up there. Hunter Biden is a perfect example of where we've gone in politics. It's let's just throw enough mud at each other that everybody thinks everybody's corrupt.
Does this in any way, poking the bear by Hunter Biden, make it worse or better for his dad?
Well, it's not good for Joe Biden. And perhaps we should retire the word witch hunt from the American political lexicon. Look, it's the prerogative of Congress to have a closed-door hearing. They did plenty of them for the January 6th committee. It's Congress's prerogative. The witness does not get to choose whether they're behind closed doors or in public testimony. So the contempt claim here is legitimate by Republicans. To Michael's point, Jim Jordan refused the subpoena. He shouldn't have done that. As it relates to Biden, if there was quid pro quo going on, he needs to go. I haven't seen any evidence of it yet. Maybe there is some. But here's the politics of this thing, Andy. In the last 3 impeachments that we've seen, or the last 3 presidents that we've seen impeached, whether it was Bill Clinton, his numbers went up after he got impeached. Donald Trump, after the Ukrainian impeachment, his numbers went up after he got impeached. And if they're doing this to Joe Biden for political reasons, the chances are that his numbers are going to go up. So they need to consider that if this is all political.
The U.S. Supreme Court agrees to hear arguments in a case that could undo a criminal charge against former President Donald Trump related to the January 6th Capitol riot. The court will review the filing of the charge obstruction of an official proceeding filed against more than 300 people, including Mr. Trump. All stand accused of trying to stop Congress's certification of Joe Biden as the winner of the 2020 presidential election. The charge is at the heart of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith's case against Donald Trump for the events of January 6th. The court will hear arguments in March or April, with a ruling likely in the summer. That could delay Donald Trump's trial, currently set for March 4th in this case. Before the court even rules, John, is this a victory for Donald Trump?
Well, if it really ends up being that delayed, certainly it's a victory. They want to, the U.S. Jack Smith wants to start the case in March. That's not going to happen if the Supreme Court doesn't rule. I wonder, though, if the Supreme Court ends up taking this case, if it doesn't flow more quickly than that timeline. But we'll see. If that timeline is operative, yeah, it's a victory for Donald Trump.
Michael?
Yeah, it's a victory for Donald Trump to be able to delay it. It's not a victory for him to have the same conversation about what he was ultimately being charged for. And what his argument is hey, I was president of the United States. You shouldn't be able to charge me. So he's held to a different standard than the rest of us?
Still to come on Hancock and Kelley, President Biden huddles with Ukraine's president in Washington. And hail to the chief. We go back in time for our quote of the week to happier days for our hockey team and its now former head coach.